Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what is the date?
Today is Tuesday, November 8th.
Right. Alexa, what is the significance of today?
On November 8th, 1972, HBO launches its programming with the broadcast of the 1971 movie Sometimes a Great Notion, starring Paul Newman and Henry Fonda.
Okay. Alexa, is this election day?
Election day was today. The next election day will be on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:06 a.m.
And Alexa, what is the weather? Alexa, what is the weather?
Currently, in Amargosa Valley, it's 47 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly clear skies. Today, you can expect rainy weather with a high of 53 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. By the way, there's a wind advisory in effect until Wednesday, November 9th, 4 a.m.
It has been cold. So yesterday it was a low of 43, so we're 7 degrees lower, and high of 64. We are 11 degrees lower. So getting colder out here, people out here in Amargosa. Okay, so here we are at Department of Career Services. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Todd. And let's see, this, good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Diane. The usual suspects are here, but where is Sayer? Maybe one day Sayer will join us on our crusade from getting from point A to point B, A to B, getting from point A to point B. That's what we do at Career Services. And how do we do that, Johnny? Or should I say Walter? We do it. Sayer is with me. Good morning, Sayer. How do we do that? Well, we start with this video as we're having our coffee. I have the giant shrinking cup. Wow, that's a big cup. We start with this video. This video is the point of the spear to what's down below in the description. So please look at the description down below, subscribe, click on the bell, share the video with someone else. Try to do that today. Inside the description, we have a link to our online course, our 4-week basic training course. Today is week 1, day 2. More about that later. We have a link to the motivational video that I use to create this little podcast. We have links and information, phone numbers, etc., to other services we provide our members, like housing, clothing, food, hygiene, transportation, skills training, and career planning. Plus, last but not least, we have the transcript of Seth Godin's podcast. So our goal is to help you get from point A to point B. Point A to point B. That's our goal, to help you get there. Now, so let's get started. 4 minutes in, and our theme is it's simple. You want to get from point A to point B, it's simple. Today, the simple breadcrumb, bleep, bleep, bleep. The simple breadcrumb for today is change for the better. You want to get from point A to point B, you want to get to successful, change for the better. Wow. What a concept. One way to do that is to write down 5 things. Write down every morning, get your pen, get your paper, your little book. Will help you get books if you don't have books. Write down 5 things you want. Just sit down, write down 5 things you want. Dream with the lid off. It says in the video, dream with the lid off. get it on paper. When you put something on paper, it's 42% more likely to achieve that. And that's our goal, to achieve, help us get from point A to point B. Another thing, another meme, which is an idea that spreads from mind to mind. Be defined by our visions, or be defined by visions of our futures, not by memories of our past. So I want to talk about that. We spend too much time, people, talking about the past. Stop talking about the past. Talk about the future. When I lived in Silicon Valley, oh, he's talking about the past. When I lived in Silicon Valley, you go to Denny's on Saturday morning, and what you have in there is a bunch of engineering type guys, Silicon Valley type people talking about businesses they're going to create. They're not talking about the past. They're not talking about the golden age, rock and roll quotes, the golden age of my life. If you focus on the past, you'll never get there unless you have a TARDIS. Mine is broken. If you focus on the future, it will help pull you toward it, as Jordan Peterson says. Also, your body becomes your mind when your emotions control you. Think about that. Your body becomes your mind when your emotions control you. But what happens? Because what happens when your emotions control you? Oh, Greg Marlowe. Hey, Greg. Good to see you. One of our great guys. Greg Marlowe is on board. Good. Oops, what happened? Wow, scary. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Greg. So what happens when your emotions control you? What happens to your behavior? Your behavior is affected by your emotions. So if you let things trigger you, non-consciously trigger you, your body becomes your mind, because your body gets you to react in certain ways, and your mind is not in control. Okay, this is day 2, week 1. Jordan Peterson talking about IQ. Very important video. What is the takeaway? The takeaway is every job has an IQ range. You have to have an IQ of at least this, and here's the top. If your IQ is too low, the job looks too hard, and all of your coworkers think of you as a moron. If your IQ is too high, the job looks too easy. And to you, your coworkers look like morons. So Jordan Peterson says, be in the top 25 percentile. So it's still challenging, and you are one of the better people. If your IQ is at average at 50%, you're just there. You're just occupying space. You're not good. You're not bad. You don't add. You don't detract. You don't get noticed. So number 1 takeaway, every job has an IQ range. Know what your IQ is. Okay, so it's important to know what your IQ is. That's number 2. Every job has an IQ range. Know your IQ. Be in the top 25 percentile. If your IQ is above the IQ range, what's going to happen is you're going to start thinking of ways to improve the job. And at that point, your employer is going to urinate on your ideas because they're not good. He's going to say, we're not paying you to come up with new ideas on how to run this place. Plus, your ideas are for people who have a higher IQ. So we have the Wonderlic test, which we can provide to people. Greg remembers that. Jeff remembers that. I think Charlene and Diana also took the Wonderlic test, 50 questions in 12 minutes. It's quite surprising to most people how poorly they do, because most people carry around an image of themselves of, I'm a genius. I'm really, really smart. So this is week 1, day 2, Jordan Peterson. Yesterday was Dr. Daniel Amen talking about brain scans. The thing was our brain can be easily damaged. It can be repaired through a Brain Smart program. This is a Brain Smart program designed to help you become successful. Today, Jordan Peterson, day 2, IQ. Every job has an IQ range. Know what your IQ is. Be in the top 25 percentile. All right, so we're 10:22 in. Let's go to Seth Godin. Topic, as soon as possible. As soon as possible is a trap if you focus on soon instead of possible. Okay, that's kind of deep. As soon as possible. So that kind of reminds me of our Be More Samurai, karate chop chop. Which is for us is to do the job as perfectly as possible given the time and resources allotted. As soon as possible is a trap if you focus on soon. Yeah, get it done soon and it's not going to be right. So that kind of makes me think of the Navy SEAL, other Navy SEAL maxim, which is there are 2 ways to do things, the right way and again. So if you focus on soon, it's not going to be soon. Focus on possible. In other words, get it done right the first time. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see, we're at 11:40 in. I think we can go to what, Diana? What, Charlene? How about to the Navy SEAL maxim? Oh, let's see, to be defined by visions of our future, not memories of our past. Again, too many of us spend too much time talking about the past. Try for one day. Maybe one of the 5 goals that you have is write down, don't talk about the past. Nobody cares. If you're going to talk about the past, use it to describe something that's important right now. All right, good. So Navy SEAL maxim, yesterday was the only easy day. Correct. Diana, that is correct. Correct, Charlene. How do we get comfort? How do we make yesterday the only easy day? One way, according to Charlene, is get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's another thing to write down on your list of 5 goals. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Maybe write something down. Maybe write something down that you're comfortable being uncomfortable about. Embrace the suck. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Embrace the suck. There's at least 1 billion people who would trade places with you right now, no matter how badly you think your life is. Yes, choose the hard path. Choose the hard way. Have humility. Hard work. O is for, I need help, Charlene. O is for what? Responsibility, discipline, and sacrifice. Good morning, Richard.
Morning.
Ownership. Yes, take ownership of what you do. Good. Thank you, Charlene, for that. Have a plan A. What is, okay, so goal, right. Have a goal. Thank you, Diana. Have a goal with a plan A. What is plan A? C5 with C5 added, right? So it needs to be clear, concise, compelling, consistent, and you have to be committed to it. Write down your plan A, your goal. And of course, be more samurai, karate chop chop. And with that, can somebody say at 14:26, can somebody say and cut?
And cut.
And cut, that's 1. And how about another one? And cut, good.